YouTube, my name is Dave Boucher and welcome back to day 119 of my 180-day transformation. So this is actually a couple of big milestones. 119, let's just round that up to 120, means that we're almost 2/3 of the way through this project, which already is huge. And we're almost 1/3 of the way through the year, right? So 120 times 3, 360. Incredible. And that just goes to show you how fast time is going. And so in keeping with the theme that I laid out at the beginning of this video series about us just helping each other get better, I hope that you've been able to stay to your good habits, do a little bit every day, and make a lot of progress. And so in terms of tracking time and making progress, I thought I'd use today to share with you one of the habits that I do. And so that's journaling. So I journal every day, and I'm going to try and keep this discussion focused, but I just kind of want to go through why I do it and why I think it might be beneficial for you. So in terms of the things I use, one of the nice things about this process is that everyone that does this that I understand tends to find a different routine and a different set of materials that they use. And so for me, my favorite thing are moleskin cahiers. It's like you get a 3-pack for $10, so it's very cheap. Each one lasts probably 3 months, something like that. And then I use a Pilot G2.7mm pencil. It's very specific, I know, but just feels great. So I have a nice leather cover that I bought for my cahier. I have my pencil, and every morning, except for Saturdays, I get down to it. And so I wanted to explain why I do it and why I think it would be helpful. So I really started about 4 years. Yeah, it's about almost 4 years ago I've been doing it now. And it came from this desire to leave something behind. One of the main things in my life is time. I always think that I don't have enough time, and what am I doing with my time? And I think everyone wants to leave something behind, something they can contribute. And unfortunately, not all of us are going to win Oscars or design a big building. And so for me, I just thought if I can tangibly put something down that's organized, so not a bunch of Facebook posts and Instagram posts scattered around over the years, but something really focused that chronicles my life, someone someday will read this, because I don't go back and read them. But the idea is that I've got this growing pile of journals that will be left behind tangibly when I'm gone, which I think is great. The other thing too that I really like is this idea of leaving myself messages so that you can almost travel through time. So on the last day at my old job, in the notebook that I use, so it's another moleskin, I wrote a note saying on this day you stopped. And then I wrote another note for myself in a fresh notebook all the way at the end, which basically said, okay, you started your new opportunity on this day, where are you now? And that's really powerful. You can actually, I don't want to say time travel, but you almost can. If you leave the right breadcrumbs for yourself, you can travel back in time. And that's why nostalgia is such a powerful thing, right? No one wants to toss out their old action figures because it reminds them of childhood. And in this case, in 20 years, 30 years time, if I wanted to, I could go back and read this and say, oh, that's where I was. I've come really far. So it's a way of going back, but it's also a way of putting a very defined line in the sand so you can actually say, wow, I've come a long way. I wrote down where I was, and now here I am. I've done some great things. So it's really good for those reasons, leaving something behind and also being able to time travel and not forget some of the things that have happened in your life. And they also say that it makes for more successful people. So I've read a couple of newspaper articles saying people who journal are more successful. And I don't know that that's a fair statement to make. I don't think anyone will ever ask me, or do you, in a job interview, right? Do you journal? People who are successful journal, and therefore we only hire people that journal. I don't think that's the case. And I think it's that the cause and effect's a little bit backwards. I don't think it's the act of journaling that actually makes people successful, but I think that the idea that someone carves out time from their day and takes time to thoughtfully write out things in a routine and structured basis, I think that is demonstrative of qualities that make for successful people. I just know that I enjoy it. I sit down for 15 minutes every single day in the morning before work starts. I write down my thoughts, put the notebook away, and get on with my day. So I don't even really think about it other than when I'm doing it, but I would also feel very strange if I didn't. So this thing, I think it's the nice thing too, is that it never leaves my side. If I travel somewhere, I always plan, I gotta take my journal, I chronicle everything. And I think it's just been a really overall positive part of my life. And so I just want to say that as if you haven't started the good habits that we've talked about, right? If you're still looking for an idea of something to do, why not give journaling a shot? It's very simple. It doesn't take that long, and I think you'll find that half the fun is just finding the style, the paper, the pencil that works for you, and then carrying that forward. And in 10 years' time, hopefully you'll have left a nice memento of your life. So, with that said, I would actually love to hear in the comments what your thoughts on this are. I know I've got some very dedicated viewers who leave comments regularly. I'm very, very thankful for that, very grateful. So I look forward to hearing from them and others who may watch this video what your routine is and what your preferences are. So with that said, I will leave you. I hope you have a great rest of the weekend, a great week, and I will see you back here same time next week on day 126. Thank you so much.